Hello, it's Nedrak and welcome to Skyrim. I love this game, but it's been a while since I played it and I felt like picking it up again. And this is gonna be a lighthearted playthrough with some roleplay. And because the characters in Skyrim don't have a background story, I'm just gonna make one up for her. And this is what this video is all about. So let's just get started. She was actually born in wartime. Her mother, Tracina Hunter, died in childbirth. And her father never returned from the war. So she actually never got a first name because they waited for him to name her, but he never did. Her father was called Vlaris Hunter, but and in the end she was just called Hunter. Thought of naming her, but by the time it was too late, and she was just known as Hunter, and that was okay. Hunter is a proud name in the settlements because they not only serve as hunters, but they also serve as protectors, and of course first to be considered to be drafted in war times because they have some experience fighting. Anyhow, of course the settlers helped to raise her, and most importantly Alvar was her mentor, who taught her to be self-reliant, to taught her skills such as hunting, of course, but most importantly, he taught her to keep fighting and never give up. And because if anything defined the mood of Alvar at that time, it was the war. He saw what that not only people who died at the war suffered, but those who lost in the war, lost people, sometimes took their own life, sometimes they just were around, but they didn't live anymore. And he couldn't really help them, but he could help her to be prepared for anything, so to speak. But and that was okay for a while. But when she was a young woman, she became a young woman, a bunch of warlocks strolled through the village. And because the countryside was so poorly defended, because of the fighting, they could just do that. And they slaughtered everybody. The villagers really stood no chance at all. And the problem is, not that, well, losing everyone you know is terrible, but she didn't die that day. That might have been the mercy, but the warlocks actually took her and decided to control her in such a way that she wanted to do whatever they wanted to do. And that gave her a certain euphoria, so to speak. That made her happy. Whatever they wanted, she could know, and that made her happy. And she didn't really have a mind of her own at that time, unless the warlocks didn't want anything, but they usually did. So she was their servant by day, and pretty much warmed their beds by night. And of course, warlocks didn't really think highly of her. They thought she was just some dumb farm girl for the most part. And in time, they actually taught her some magic and made her read some books. Because of course she did what they wanted, and they thought she was uneducated and wanted her to read more books. That is what she did. So, and wanted her to be more skillful, so that is what she did. What is she ended up being? More of a magic user than she ever would have been in the village. Probably she would have never learned any magic in the village. But she was still not one of them. she was still the lowest of the low, even if she was taught differently than just any old slave they captured. Maybe she was the, I don't know, most respected slave of them all, if they had any slaves at that moment. But she was still not considered even the lowest member. But that was the past, actually, because very recently, 2 weeks ago, their influence over her dissipated in a way. She doesn't know what happened. What happened? Actually, their leader is Septos, and either he lifted his control, or she got strong enough on her own to resist it. It's unclear. But one for sure, most of the warlocks are gone. They left due to some urgent news, including Septos. And we are in a dream right now. This is not our cell. This is just our dream. And dreams are the only thing that's ours these days.
Approach, my child.
We can only dream of one
Where
thing.
your new life shall begin.
Being a warlock straw.
Even in our darkest hour, there is
Because
yet
that's
hope.
what we are. We didn't muster up the courage to make a run for it. Would we even make a run for it? How would you feel like? How would you feel if for years all you was a servant and you liked it? Because that gave you the most joy you could imagine. So they are just doing their alchemy.
Yes?
Yes.
Make it quick.
Yes. They of course I
Yes.
have to wear this brown robe just to make it perfectly clear that I'm not one of them. What I'm allowed to do is just to give them some beer. And actually I caught most of these rabbits. Actually all of those rabbits. One other member likes to do it. And most of these days they just brew some poisons. Of course we are on the move usually, but most of the warlocks are gone. These two are just the ones that sell to Riften. We can just get outside and check around the place. They like selling poison to Riften. Not sure who buys it or what. That's all I know. They sell poison to someone in Riften, and they get paid for it. So this is it. Some random cave in the middle of nowhere. All too familiar, I'm afraid. Oh, someone's outside. Oh. One for sure. If I wanna make a run for it. Of course, I didn't tell that, but warlocks and necromancers. Potion of Defender. We're allowed to touch everything.
Yes?
If we want to make a run for it, we need to be prepared to kill them all. Quick save. I believe that's what we need to do. I don't feel bad about it at all. I'm prepared to do whatever it takes. So, Novice Necromancer, I believe you're the first one to go. Oh, she really died. I just take that. Hopefully, the ones inside don't know about my act. Because I need to get rid of them too. That is just how it works. Am I ready to take on 2 necromancers? Oh.
I do hope you know what you're doing with those flames.
I don't know. I'm not really using flames. Sorry about that. It looks like we're good to go. The rose they wear makes me mistake them a little bit. Looks like they're all gone. But I don't know if they come back. Not sure why they left. All I know that they left really urgently. And the only main city I know of nearby is Riften. So I believe we should make a journey towards there. One for sure, I'm ready to leave this place and find myself a new life. So that's it, guys. This is their backstory. Hope you enjoyed and see you in the next film. Bye bye.